Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Kool-Aid Man 100X and this video is sponsored by...
We love the internet, but the internet is tracking everything you do. Take control of your online privacy with IPVanish. People with malicious intent are everywhere, watching you. Criminals can hack your Wi-Fi, while broadband providers and advertisers monitor your data. With IPVanish on your device, your internet activity is encrypted. No one can see what you're doing. Your location, your connection, completely hidden. Protect your internet privacy today with IPVanish.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Kool-Aid Man 100X. Welcome back to another 2K tutorial. Welcome to a new season. I wanted to put this video out a little early just to give you guys a couple of tips on how to make your builds a little bit more successful, and a couple of hidden builds that they have and secrets that a lot of people is not explaining. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment the video, make sure you hit up my Patreon for more tips, tricks, and build videos as well. I'll be available on my Patreon, link will be in the description below. Also, if you have any internet securities and you want your IP hidden, make sure you got IPVanish, link will be in the description below. Now that we got that out the way, welcome to another 2K21 tutorial. New season. I hope y'all enjoy it, man. Giving y'all some tips on how to make your build. I'm not releasing my build on YouTube. I'm going to release my build on Patreon. So if you're interested in getting my build personally, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon, man. So that's what I'm going to go over. But I'm giving you a couple of techniques and tricks that I found on NBA 2K20 Mind Builder. I don't know if this is the final thing. This is something you need to be looking at when you're making a build. So sit back, relax, and we're going to go over a couple of techniques that I found in my player build that actually change up the dynamic of you making builds within 2K21. So the cool thing about making a build is that you have a couple of variations. Now you have different pie charts that you can go through and everything. Now what they're really gearing towards is the main category. Everything that's geared towards the main category gets the most benefits. Everything that's mixed up gets a little bit more benefits, and everything mixed up actually affects the physical attribute of it. Now if you got everything towards finishing, you'll get a higher speed variation within the physicals. So the cool thing about it is when you mix up the build, like builds like this that have good ball handling, good shooting, good defense, stuff like that, that actually gives you a all-around build. It actually takes down the physical of the speed and the acceleration. Now what I focus on is speed and acceleration for all my builds. Now, if you're into that, that'll be something that you would have to look at more thoroughly. Now, each pie chart shows different speeds. If you did not know that, each pie chart will actually lower the physicality of the attributes that you have for each pie chart. So each pie chart that be more dominant or more mixable or has more categories in one, or most balanced builds, will have a sacrifice in the physical attributes. So that's something you really have to pay attention to for each build that you do. This is for each position as well. So let's say if we're going to shooting guard here, which I wouldn't recommend using shooting guard this year. They really nerfed the shooting guards this year for some apparent reason. The shooting guards are really not about anything, so I do not recommend making a shooting guard at all. Just stick to point guard if I was you. So what I'm saying is, like, the first pie chart here, if you want to go to the first pie chart with the finishing and you actually click on it, it actually lowers your speed. You get 88 to 87 speed, not including the plus, the +4, the boost and stuff like that you can add to it. But why not be able to boost when you have a maximum of different type of speeds? So you see how I sacrifice the physical as you go to the second pie chart. As you can see, finishing, you got a little bit of shooting, free throw, you got a little bit of ball handling, which would be 78. So as you click on this pie chart, you see the speed and acceleration actually drop under that 85 attribute. So as you see, it affects the physical, but up the vertical or up the strength. So it actually it spreads out the physical within the vertical, even though you have more choices to choose, but the other choice is not going to be able to choose the way you just choose speed and acceleration. So make sure you look at your builds carefully. Like a build like this where you have a 91 drive and dunk and 87, 80 ball handling, which is a decent build. You have a 79 steal. But once you click on it, you can see that 84, 83 speed. You're taking a sacrifice in that with a 72 vertical. Now, depending on what position it is, it actually affects the height and the weight and the wingspan. So you want to do that as well. So I'm gonna go into that a little bit more detail too as well when I explain that to you. This is actually self-explanatory for point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards. Small forwards is not going to cap over 80 speed, which is kind of weird, but the only way you can really work with a small forward is you lower the speed with them. Now, what I noticed about the small forward, let's say if you want to go full ball handling, which they don't really have a lot of ball handling with that either. So let's say if you want to do that and you only get an 87 speed, right? Then you put all the attributes in and you can add that up too as well. So let's say you want to go 87 speed, 85 acceleration, which is a good balance, but I prefer max speed. The faster you are, the faster they can catch you running the fast break. That's just how I play in general, but you have a choice of picking what you want to pick. We're just using this as an example of, you know, maxing out everything. Just gonna max out defense. I guess just making my build. I'm not really going through anything. So don't take this build like, oh, Kool-Aid. I might make a lockdown build for y'all. I'm going to get more in depth with the lockdown builds in the future. So I do want to make a lockdown build as well. So that's what I'm working on too. But I already got my first build down pack. I'm still tweaking it a little bit to see what I want to do with it. So yeah, we're just gonna max out this here. And drag it down. Okay. So now body type doesn't make any sense, so I'm gonna go towards that in the future as well. So what we really want to focus on is the height. So when you're using the height within 2K21, height affects your attributes and your speed. It affects your attributes and also your physicals. Your physical being of your my player. So when you go higher, you see the minuses actually drop down and add to it. So when you go lower, you see it adds to certain attributes and lowers certain attributes. And also it affects your physical and also other things as well. Speed and acceleration, strength and vertical. As you can see, vertical change, acceleration change. Now let's say if I wanted to go to 6'5" route at that small forward, right? So that's about the lowest I can go. Now we click that. Now also this affects the physical and attributes as well when you lower the weight too as well. It might affect 1 or 2, it might affect 3 or 4. You never know. The higher weight you go and the more effect you get. That's just a tip a lot of people do not know. I don't see a lot of people explain about. Also, the same thing goes for your wingspan. If you want to go max wingspan, it also adds to certain attributes and also minus certain attributes. So these 3 tips will definitely help you choose what type of build that you want to do and be more effective. Now, when you're messing with the wingspan, what I did notice, it actually unlocks certain takeovers. So if you really play with it and you really try to make what build that you want to make, you can actually affect what takeover that you choose. So you can actually unlock more takeovers, or it's going to be less takeovers. Some going to be takeovers that you don't want depending on the build that you make. So be careful on what you pick and what your attributes are, and also make sure you mess around with the wingspan, because you can unlock different takeovers within 2K21. Now, the cool thing about 2K21 is that every position is different. So you want to take that into accountability as well. Even if you go center, small forward, which I think small forward is the breakaway from the 95 speed that you have with the point guard. Shooting guards are very nerfed this year, so I wouldn't even recommend making those positions in case you want to make that position, but you got to go shorter. And also the position change with different type of heights as well. So you have to take that into accountability as well when you're making these builds too. So if you want to go that 95 speed, you probably have to check the height to see if you can go lower to make that type of speed as well. So let's say if you wanted to go the shooting guard route, let's say that, right? And you max out all the ball handling. Let's see here, we max out all the ball handling. I guess the shooting. Just making the max build. Do not take these builds as serious. I'm just using them as examples to show you tips that you need to look at as far as height, weight, and wingspan. A lot of people do not really explain that type of part in the game. They just, show you the build and walk off. But this is a great explanation on showing you how to make the build correctly and show you different techniques that you can add as well. Also, just to let you know, when you add in ticks as well to your build, I'm going to show you another technique that a lot of YouTubers do not tell you as well. Let's say if you want to add, let's say if you finish maxing out your player, you got all your points, right? If you want to organize your build to be more technical and tweak it even to the extreme, you have to look at the attributes that you add to it. Let's say if you want to go down, like, and have more points. Let's say if that, like, you want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. right? And you see the badge change. So you have 5 points that you can add to something else that'll be more efficient to your build. Now, YouTube really doesn't explain this type of attribute technique because they don't want a lot of people making these type of builds. This is where they get these badges to be organized in certain ways in the game. So this actually opens up more doors for you to create more builds when you add in this tick technique to it. So it actually opens up way more effects to you. So when you're going down, 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 the badge dropped to 29. Now you have 6 points you can actually add to something else. And this actually opens up the door to other ticks as well. Like, let's say defense. You go all the way down to defense, so you know where the badge actually gets. So you have 18 points. You see how many points you can add to different attributes that you can add and make your build even more dominant, where you can really organize the badges and know what you're doing. So this is where you go to the badges and actually understand how many badges you want to do. I will be doing a badge technique as well to show you guys what to do as well. So the cool thing about this is that we're going to go and put this off on driving layup or whatever. The cool thing about this is that they cut off like small forwards, like from point guard to shooting guard. They go down to 6. Point guard, they go all the way down to 5 foot. So shooting guard stop at 6 foot, and I believe small forwards stop at 6, if I'm not mistaken. I just want to make sure so I won't get that wrong for you guys. Just said or so. We're just going to go through it together. So the point guard actually all the way down to 5 foot, just to give you an idea, the height difference in each position when you're making your build. So we're going to go here. And we're going to go here too as well. So they usually have, oh, this is way better. Oh, wow. Oh, why did I think of this? So you can hold R1 and hold R2 and press right. It'll make it go a little bit more faster, which is so much faster, by the way. I didn't know that. Just look now. So we added all our builds here. So we just want to go to the height. So it goes all the way down to 5'7" for the point guards. Height varies. So this is the point guard. It goes all the way down to 5'7", and the max height you can go 6'8" for point guards, which I won't be making a 6'8" no time soon. And shooting guards, what we're going to do for shooting guards here is go here and just go to the pie charts. Just want to do this here. So we already know they go all the way up to 5'7", which is good. And we just going through maxing out, seeing each height of each one. So we want to go here. So the lowest height you can go is 6 foot for shooting guard, and the highest height you can go is 6'9" for shooting guard. So that's pretty different. So shooting guard actually go up to 6'9", and the point guard only stop at 6'8". So that's a big difference if you guys want to definitely mess into it. But I don't like it, the speed adjustment, but y'all can do it. You can mess with that if y'all want to. I want to go that height anyway. Now, another thing I noticed too, a lot of people I've seen, Schizo said this, is that if you go lower than 6'4" or 6'4" plane, you will get the fastest jump shot release in the game. I'm thinking that's what it is this year, but I did hear him say that. So if you go 6'4" or 6'3", you actually get the fastest jump shot release in the game, and anything above 6'5" will be normal release basically. But you still get a fast release, but it won't be the fastest one is 6'3" and 6'4". So take that in variation too as well. So let's take a look at the position where break off at, which would be small forward. I think small forward stops at I think you can go all the way up to 6'10", if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where they at the height cap this year for this. And I'm just giving you guys a variation on how I know this video is kind of long, but a lot of people don't explain this to you, and I think this will definitely help you out to see what's going on in each 2K build. So I hope these guys will definitely help you out, and I'm here to help, and we're deep diving, you know. So we got that, and we go to compact. So the highest you can go is 6'10", the lowest you can go is 6'5". For small forwards. So take that in variation too as well. So if you go small forward, you won't be able to shoot that fast jump shot release like you want to, because you'll just be at 6'5", but you'll be able to have that 6'10" height as well. So you're taking a hit on speed. So be mindful of that as well. So we're going to take a look at each one and see what the height caps are for each position. So let's go back to I think the power forward. Let's take a look at the power forward. So we're just picking random pie charts as well. And okay, so if you want to max out stuff, just hold R2 or L2 to lower it, and you can go a little bit more fast than the regular tick. So take that mindful for the tick technique I told you earlier. So yeah, just play back the video and go back and watch it. I'm giving y'all all the little secret tips the big YouTubers use. So the lowest you can go is 6'7" for the power forward. The highest you can go is 7 foot for the power forward. So that's pretty cool. So you can go 7 foot for the power forward. That's the height cap for the power forward as well. So the last one would be the center. Let's see what the height cap for the center is. You don't know what that is this year. Let's go to the center and go here. Pick a pie chart. Physical don't matter. And here, max out everything. You don't really need that. And we just need to max out some stuff. And okay, so compact. So the lowest you can go is 6'9" for the center. The highest you can go is 7'3". Now I don't know about the 7'3" because you remember last year and the year before they actually cut you off at 7'3", so you really didn't look 7'3" on the court. You actually look like 6'11" on the court. So take that take that as a mindful thing to do. So make sure you pay attention to that as well and see what's going on with that. So make sure you pay attention to that as well. So we know the height caps and everything. I showed y'all the tick techniques, man. So I definitely help you out with making your build a little bit more. If you want me to do more advanced building techniques, I will be coming out with a lockdown build for you guys for free. And if you want to see my build personally that I'm going to be using in 2K21, which will be available on my Patreon, which will be called I think Tay-Rick, the Hidden Legend in the Leaves build. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I know this video was kind of long, but I gave y'all all the secret techniques to make builds YouTubers do not explain. So I'm glad this will help you out to make your build. Thank you guys for coming. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up on all my links to be in the description. Also, make sure you hit my Patreon link for tips, tricks, and tutorials and all that stuff as well. Make sure if you have any internet security or if you want to hide your IP address, link will be in the description below for IP Vanish also. And thank you guys for your support. And I'm out of here. Deuces.